What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Smackdown breakdown review thing. I did this on Raw. I sort of did it with NXT. Um, WrestleMania is upon us tonight and tomorrow. Just got done watching Smackdown, and pretty much going to talk about the the match card for SmackDown. SmackDown's match card. I did Raw's match card because after Raw, even though there's a night one and night two, you have some people from Raw night one and some people from night two. I didn't want to do all of night one because night one has SmackDown matches like the triple threat match for the Universal title. I think Sammy Owens is night two. There's a good amount of matches for night two, and I didn't want to do night one, and then something happened on SmackDown. Really didn't, but you know, never know what happened. So Raw, I did all the matches for Raw. So for now, for SmackDown, I'm doing my breakdown for SmackDown. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And we're gonna get into this. So SmackDown, I guess I talk about SmackDown real quick. About the two things that's not going to be on WrestleMania, unfortunately. I guess I could talk about one of them is the Tag Team Championships. It was a four-way. Pretty much it was Street Profits versus Rudolph versus Alpha Academy versus the Mysterios. In the show, Street Profits were doing a promo after Daniel Bryan had just did his. And they talked about that Daniel Bryan is going to become Universal Champion again, and they are going to regain their tag team titles. And they started talking, and Rudolph, boom, attacked them from behind, and they were beating each other up. They went on the outside, and then Alpha Academy came, and the Mysterios came, went to commercial, and then thingy happened. Went to commercial, and the match started. And like for the first part of the match, the Street Profits weren't even in it. They were pretty much isolating Dominic Mysterio because obviously he was the first one. Gable was all over him. Gable tagged in Otis. He did a big power move on him, and then he was like pandering to the crowd and stuff like that. Dolph Ziggler tags himself in. He was like, you're a problem. He makes him get out, and he beats him up a little bit. Him and Rude started getting some offense on him, and then Gable tags himself in on him. He was like, "Yeah, see, now you go away." That's pretty much what happened during the first half of the match. Then Dom tagged in Rey Mysterio, and then Rey Mysterio started doing Rey Mysterio's type stuff. And then big brawl breaks out, and they come back from commercial, and now it's the Street Profits who are getting isolated and stuff like that. I'm not gonna go through much of this match. It was a good TV match. Unfortunately, it wasn't on WrestleMania. It should have been. Hopefully, they got paid like it was WrestleMania. Just like I hope the people from the Andre Battle Royal, I hope they got paid like it was WrestleMania. But yeah, it was a solid match. There was a cool spot where they were supposed to, Otis went to break up a pin, and he did like hopped up and like landed like right on I think it was Dolph and Montez Ford. Montez Ford did oh my god, a fantastic, phenomenal, like he normally does from the heavens, like from the top rope, but he did a springboard version of it. So he somehow got like more air doing a springboard version of it. That was dope. And then Bobby Roode tagged himself in. Dolph Ziggler gets in. He super kicks Montez Ford. And then Roode pinned Gable for the 3. It was a solid match. Mysterio's got their stuff in. Double 619 on your boy Roode. It was a solid match. Kind of weird on the outcome. The outcome was kind of crazy. You didn't really expect Rudolph to win. You would think that the Mysterios will win, but of course it wasn't actually Mania. It wasn't in front of a crowd, so maybe they're saving that moment for when they get an actual crowd and they get that feel good moment that they get those tag team titles. Also, I guess what I'll just talk about is the Memorial Battle Royal. It wasn't really that special. Um, the biggest thing is Shelton Benjamin and what's my guy's name? Cedric Alexander. They're still a tag team, which is good. They took out a couple people, and then Ali had told everybody to gang up on them because they're the Hurt Business, and that's what they do. So it was them two versus everybody. It took everybody in the Battle Royal to take them out, so that was cool. Lucha House Party, little reunion, but then Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado was like, nah, we don't mess with you. So they took him out. Metalik took out Lince Dorado. It was like, hey, every man for himself. It seemed like everybody from Retribution, not named Ali, was like still together. Somebody, I think Corbin eliminated Slapjack, and then T-Bar didn't like that. T-Bar got at him, and then him and Mace, they were doing some stuff. I did like that they did like the double like chokeslam thing. They like tossed Humberto out like the way they tossed him out. You flipped him out. That was cool. Ali eliminated both T-Bar and Mace. Took them both out. He was like, I'm the best. And then I think Ricochet took out Ali, which was dope because he went to do his little thing and he like kneed him and tossed him out. That was great stuff. Final four was Shinsuke Nakamura, Jey Uso, Baron Corbin, and maybe Angel Garza. Was Angel Garza in there? I don't remember, but it might have been another. It was Corbin, Jey Uso, Shinsuke Nakamura, and somebody. I don't remember. Oh, was it? I don't remember. I think I don't remember. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Jey Uso eliminated whoever was the fourth person in there. I think he super kicked them out. Baron Corbin got taken out by Nakamura, and then they went head to head. Jey Uso hit a super kick on Nakamura, who tried to hit it. Kinshasa, but he ended up after the super kick hit a Kinshasa anyway, and he went to take him out. But Jey Uso reverses. Jey wins. Stands next to the trophy. He is the Memorial Battle Royal winner. Good for him. So, anyways, get into this SmackDown side of the Mania card. We're going to start with my least interested feud, which was the women's tag team champion match. They had the thing on Monday where everybody was there and they kind of fought. They pretty much did the same thing today. There was a match between Tamina and Nia Jax, which was not the worst match I've seen, even though we've seen it all the time. And they always do the thing with Tamina and Nia. It's like, oh, they're family, they're blood, they're cousins, but somehow they can never get along. Irremovable force, resistible force, immovable object. What's going to happen? And Tamina was laying some shots on Nia. She was taxing that butt. I don't know what they was doing. What happened at the dinner table last week, but Tamina was. When they say nobody meaner than Tamina, she was out there laying in them shots. She was popping Nia Jax. Good solid match. A really nice Samoan drop on Nia. Nia, Reginald obviously tried to get involved in stuff like that. And then with the distraction, Nia went to get Tamina to end the Samoan drop thing, but she like went down. She pushed her on the ropes, and then she got hers with the Samoan drop. That was dope. And then she went to cover her, but of course Shayna Baszler gets in, and then they attack each other, and then Natty comes in, they attack, and they run away. And they go backstage, and then the Riot Squad are there, and they're talking, and then Billy Kay's there, Billy, and it was like, why are you here? You're not even in the tag team. And then Carmella comes up. Hi, I'm Carmella. I'm her tag team partner. They're like, okay, good. And he was like, oh, I mean, yeah, good for you. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, good stuff. And then they talked about they learned from the past mistakes that they're gonna win. Carmella's like, no, it's not about you. It's about me. It's about Mella. Oh no, I mean us. Yeah. Mella is money, all that other stuff. And then Danny come. It was like, what about us? And it was like, what about you? And then Lana and Naomi comes like, well, what about us? And they're like, what about you? You're not even on this brand. And then they all fought. And then Tamina and Natalia beat them all up. Yep. So that's how that feud started with that. So that, and then whoever wins that gauntlet would now added with Billy and Carmella is going to face off against the tag team champions at night 2. Awesome. Next one that, oh man, actually everything else really we'll go Sammy and Owens. This feud obviously based on Sammy's conspiracy theories. He's been talking about it forever. That everything that happened since he lost his Intercontinental Championship has been out to conspire against him. He's trying to get Kevin Owens, who's supposed to be his best friend, to help him. And Kevin Owens is like, okay, yeah, obviously we're not, we're best friends. We got the history. I'll at least talk to me. Who is they that you're talking about? And he's like, just come to the ring with me, help a brother out, and see, what they did, and stuff like that. So obviously, Kev is like, sure, fine, you're my best friend. I'll listen to you. I'll come out on commentary, and then he comes out on commentary. Obviously, he does everything to cheat to try to beat. I think it was Apollo or whoever it was. It doesn't work, and then I think Apollo ended up beating him with the roll up that he tried to cheat to do to him. And then Sam was like, oh my God, did you see what happened? Did you see the conspiracy? He was like, bro, I don't see anything you're talking about. He's about to leave. Boom. Haluva kick, which was a crazy haluva kick out of nowhere. And then obviously the next week he was trying to apologize to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is like, man, I don't care about none of that apology mess. Yo, I need you to answer the question. You want to face me at WrestleMania or not? He's like, sure, I guess, or whatever. If that will help you feel better. He's like, I don't really want to. And then they beat him up. He gave him a stunner. Then Jake Paul came in here, or Logan Paul, not Jake Paul, the other Paul, Logan Paul. They aired the trailer, which was the greatest thing. I love the trailer; it was fantastic. Hopefully, that becomes an actual documentary because that's fantastic. And then even Logan was like, he's like, yeah, I see what you're coming from, but Kevin Owens saying, hey, we don't talk about Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, liar, pants on fire. And then Kevin Owens thunder, push the other Paul. And then even this past week, they talked about what happened when he was about to spar with them. And then the guy said, no, you can't come in here. He said more conspiracies because Logan had me with him and he apologized with him. And we actually had breakfast. He was like, yeah, they had breakfast. They had breakfast together. He was like, tell him what he had for breakfast. He was like, blueberry salad. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important. He started talking then. Kevin Owens beat him up a little bit more. And when he chases after him, that's when Battle Royal people came in there. He's like, I'm going to beat you up on Sunday. So they got Jake and Logan Paul on SmackDown TV. So good for them. So that's going to be good. Kevin Owens is jumping off the battleship. So that's going to be great. Next up, we'll go Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. This all started because Seth Rollins came back. And everybody, he brought everybody saying that he became a father, and he's realized that SmackDown really desperately needs him. Everybody's lost without him. They need to embrace the vision, all that stuff. Everybody left except for Cesaro, and he pretty much thought that Cesaro was on his side, and then Cesaro was like, "Nah, I'm leaving," and then he got mad. And it went from Cesaro being a nobody to being swung around 22 times or however many it was by Cesaro, saying that he would never do it again. And he, of course, obviously, he said he never does it again, but he did it again. And pretty much the thing is, he's not going to get swung around. And I've been in, Cesaro hasn't had all these, like they pointed out a video the funniest video package I've ever seen in my life. It was so great. Earlier, it was like Cesaro has never been in a singles match at WrestleMania, and they pin it out. It was like and they was putting a whole bunch of X's. He's like he's a loser. He's not good. Unlike me, or unlike Seth Rollins, who is the leader. He's been in multiple singles matches. His record at WrestleMania is the best. He had WrestleMania moments, heist of the century, all this other stuff, and at the end of the promos was hilarious. He said this advertisement was paid by the fans of the friends and family of Seth Rollins, in no way, shape, or form had any influence by Seth Rollins himself, which was great because Seth Rollins was the one who said it, was talking the whole time during the video package. Fantastic. I love it. This match is going to be fantastic. I think Cesaro should win, especially in front of crowds, to get Cesaro that push. But they can always have a way for Seth Rollins. As long as the match is really good, they can have a way for Seth Rollins to win by cheating. And, they're having another match down the line with a series. But, I love it. I love it. I love that Cesaro's finally getting his one-on-one match. And honestly, I actually hope he does win because he deserves it, and he deserves to have a singles, like another good singles run. Whether it be against Apollo Crews, who may or may not win on Sunday, or if it's against somebody else who might jump ship. I don't know, but he's definitely deserved of a singles match at Mania because he's fantastic. Speaking of Apollo, him versus Big E. This has been on the cuffs of Big E and Apollo used to be really good friends, but Big E was nice, said, hey bro, you can have this opportunity, but he kept losing, and the more and more Apollo kept getting desperate more and more, and Big E kept beating him. Just like, bro, it's over, go back to catering, and just call it a day. And then that's when Apollo got mad. He was like, catering, and that's when he took out Big E. He's like, catering, you want me to go back to catering? No, you tell me to go back to catering. You're supposed to be friends. You're supposed to give me a shot at the title. You want me to go back to catering? And then after that, and then all of a sudden, now I'm Nigerian. I have my Nigerian wealth and ancestors. We take the beating we made of stone. We beat you with the stone, and I wealthy now. And that's how that started. And then Big E came back. They had the match. That unfortunate botch match at Fastlane, and now they're having a Nigerian street fight. Big E got another fantastic little video package on Friday. Pretty much said that it was like, it took you this long to know where you came from, to go to your roots. But I've never forgotten where I've came from. Tampa is my hometown. This is my backyard. He's like, you see this? This is my barber. He called him. He gave him some name. And he walked around Raymond James Stadium. He was like, you see Raymond James Stadium? This is where I won my national championship. I have soil here. This is the place where I built my legacy. I'm going to continue to build my legacy. And this is where your dreams of being the Intercontinental Champion comes to an end, comes to like a death end or something like that. Really fantastic, really fiery promo by Big E. I love when they do things like this. I still don't know what a Nigerian jump fight is. My guess would probably be just a street fight. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Either way, I think it'll be a fantastic match. I would think that Big E could possibly retain. I think that Big E could retain and then go to Raw with the title, and then have. I would love for him to go to Raw, and then Matt Riddle and or Sheamus, whoever wins that match, go to SmackDown, get a fresh mid card people for him to wrestle. Oh, actually, no. I actually wouldn't mind him staying on SmackDown. especially if he wins, or especially if Apollo wins and he chases that title from him. I just really thought, yeah, I can think, I can see him win the Intercontinental Championship, and then Sheamus, who's been doing good work, go to SmackDown, because I know that he's been, the stuff that him and Big E also did. Sheamus has been talking about in his career, the one thing he always wanted to do was win an Intercontinental Championship, because he's been U.S. champion, he's been tag team champion however many times. He's been U.S. champion multiple times. He's been tag team champion multiple times. He's been WWE champion and world champion multiple times. So the one title that he hasn't won is the IC title. So I can see that happening as well. But that's going to be a fantastic match. Another fantastic match from the SmackDown side. The one that will main event night one, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. This came from Bianca wins the Royal Rumble. She says that she had two, not even Io Shirai, she had two people who she might face at WrestleMania, either Asuka or Sasha, even though she was never on Raw except for that one time. And all the weeks that she was at SmackDown, she was like, yeah, it's me. You're going to face, it's obviously it's me, right? Like, it's Sasha Banks, me and you, is happening. And then they try to do like some tag team stuff to put them in the tag team division. It was like, oh, we can be tag team, but how can they coexist? It's like why? It's Sasha Banks and it's Bianca Belair. You could do so much cool things with them, but you put them all through these hoops and hurdles with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and you put Reginald in there, and you got Carmella. It's like, who cares? By the way, how does Carmella have a match? I love Carmella. I love Billie Kay. How they got how they get a WrestleMania match and Bayley ain't getting nothing? Anyway, that's not my business. But yeah, that's pretty much how how it was. It started from that, and then the tag team, they got in the tag team and they got distracted. How can they coexist? And surprise, surprise, they didn't coexist. Bianca's I don't lose, and then she lost, and there they are. The build really hasn't been the best. They both had these promos. Bianca's talk about how she's gonna beat the E. She's, how Sasha's been saying that she's like dangerous and she's been in this position because she takes no shortcut. Like she takes shortcuts and she does whatever she has to do to win. And Bianca's pretty much I'm the roughest, toughest, fastest, baddest, greatest, all this other stuff. Women, which makes me the most dangerous, and that's gonna help me beat Sasha at WrestleMania. And then Sasha says, "Oh yeah, that's cute. You can be all that. I want you to be at your best, your best, because I'm gonna bring mine. You might be the EST, but I'm the BEST, and I'm gonna show that at WrestleMania when I win." Good stuff. And then, of course, obviously, the main event of night two, Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Edge wins Royal Rumble, but of course, obviously, it can never be simple. Of course, Roman Reigns wants hey, you win Royal Rumble, I'm main event. You want to main event Royal Rumble? I mean, you want to main event WrestleMania? Choose me. Which that's not really how it works. It's Edge main events WrestleMania because he won Royal Rumble. So who he chooses is who he wants to be main event WrestleMania. And this feud technically really wasn't really the best because that's how it was. It was just based on Roman saying, I'm the tribal chief, you should choose me. And then they had the match at Wrestling where they was like, we'll have Roman Reigns will be inside Hell in a Cell, not Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber like Drew McIntyre. Roman Reigns was like, who? He said, Roman who? They said I have to defend my title. Ain't saying nothing about me. I'm gonna defend it inside the chamber. You crazy? And then So they had the number one contenders match, and then he came in. He faced him after. Daniel Bryan wins, of course, and then he's tired and he can't wrestle. And then Roman Reigns comes out and he takes out Daniel Bryan very easily, just like that. And then Daniel Bryan was like, "Oh yeah, Tribal Chief, yeah, Tribal Chief who? You should have faced me." He was like, "You think you're the big dog? How about you face me at Fastlane? And if you win, hey, you win. If not, how about I get in there? I main event against Edge at WrestleMania." And then he was saying no, and he was like, "Nah." He was like, I big dog, of course, obviously a coward." It's like if that was me, I welcome all coverage. You're a coward. It's like maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe I should be head of the table. Maybe I should be Tribal Chief. It's like, oh man, Alpha and Sika, they would love me. I think I'm great. I was like, I know they love me. We talk about, and then that's when he got him to do it. This time, Edge is getting crazier and crazier about doing it. And then at Fastlane, of course, obviously Daniel Bryan tapped out Roman Reigns, but Daniel Bryan accidentally hit Edge with the chair, and then Edge went crazy and he started beating Daniel Bryan, which led to Roman Reigns getting the win over Daniel Bryan. So Edge was like, "Hey, you lost. Hey, you had your chance. Too bad, so sad. You're out." And then Daniel Bryan was like, "It's because of you, the reason why I tapped him out. I should be champion." And then Adam Pearce was like, "Hey, technically you got a point." And so he put him in the triple threat match. And then Edge got mad. He started to beat up everybody with chairs. And then week after week, everybody's been getting the upper hand. And then they had this fantastic promo. Daniel Bryan was talking about pretty much everybody's been telling me my whole career, no. Will I main event? No. Will I make it as a WWE superstar? No. Will I be more than a B plus player? No. Will I be WWE champion? No. X Batista, X Randy Orton, X Edge, X Roman Reigns. Do you think I should main event WrestleMania in the triple threat match? No. But guess what? Yes. Every time somebody tells me no, I say yes. Because I learned from my mom and my friends, the ones closest to me, that you turn off the haters, and you just say yes, and that's pretty much, I guess, where the yes movement came from and stuff like that. Really fiery, awesome promo from Daniel Bryan, and then Edge comes in with his promo, and pretty much talks about it not really being fair because he's the one that main event. He's the one that won the Royal Rumble. It should have been easy. Edge, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania, and then you add in Daniel Bryan because he wants to complain about him not being in the main event, or complain about him losing. It's like, you lost, you had your chance, but you know what? You wanna come in there. You wanna come in. Well, I'm gonna take you out. Roman Reigns. Oh, hey. Spear, check. Entrance from the crowd, check. He said something else that Roman Reigns does that reminds you of Edge, of me. He's like, "You're just me. You're Samoan Edge," which actually was hilarious. We called him Samoan Edge. That was funny. But he said pretty much that I'm gonna take you out at and this is my moment. He was like, this is 10 years to the day. He's like, why is nobody talking about that? He was like, if this was Daniel Bryan, you guys would be all over. It'd be in video packages. It'll be talked about all the time in those stupid video packages. But just because it's me, it was supposed to be my moment. I'm the one that came back, missed 9 WrestleManias. This should be my moment, and nobody cares. It's okay because I'm going to make my own moment. I was paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. Another fantastic promo. And then Roman Reigns comes out after Jey Uso wins the Battle Royal. He's like, why am I here? Why? I am Tribal Chief. He's like, I should be out doing better things, but here I am. Paul, I'm here doing this garbage. Do you know what? It's fine. Daniel Bryan, come out here talking about you tapped me. You tapped me? If you tapped me, guess what? You'd be Universal Champion, but you didn't. You know why? Because you didn't tap me. I beat you. Edge, you talk about that you made me. He's like, I need you. He's like, I'm tribal chief. He's like, you ain't nothing. But he's like, oh yeah, everybody's big dog, top dog when they had one good week from the last week with Daniel Bryan. The week before, Edge had him that one good week. He's like, I've been having good weeks since last SummerSlam. I've been having 30 weeks of good weeks. He's like, I'm going to continue having. He's like, he's like, you guys talk about me. It's like, I save careers. It's like I don't dream. Dreams are hopeless. I save careers. Paul, didn't I save your career? Yeah, yes, sir. It's like, Jey Uso, best feud of the year that you ever had. Who was that? Me, right? He's like, we wear gold around there. You see that over there? The Andre Battle Memorial, whatever thing, the arm bar over there. It's because of me. Because I surround myself with greatness. It's like, and at WrestleMania, you're all gonna do what everybody else in the world is gonna do. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna pin you. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have $100 million pyro, and everybody is gonna do what they need to do. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. Good stuff from everybody. It's fantastic. I kind of little bit of me thinks that Daniel Bryan might pull up the win. Just a little tiny little, like, if we're going confidence points, I'm going 1 confidence point that Daniel Bryan might pull it off only because of what happened during backstage in the office with Adam Pearce and what's her name, and my girl Sonya Deville. They were talking about the Fatal 4-Way match, of how good it was, and then Sonya just randomly out of nowhere said, I don't like how Dolphin, my boy, was unfair in that that 4-way handicap match, that 4-way tag team title match. It should have been like a team versus a team. Like, what does that have to do with WrestleMania? And then she said, well, speaking about WrestleMania, I don't think that Daniel Bryan should have been in the triple threat match. I think it should be 1-on-1. It should be Edge. It should be Roman Reigns. And they looked at it and they walked away. And I think they could tell a story from that. I mean, they could tell it either way, but they could tell a story that Daniel Bryan wins, he taps out Edge or whatever, and then Roman Reigns has a flipping heart attack, comes out here, and him and Edge makes a point. It's like, he doesn't deserve to be champion. He wasn't even supposed to be in the match. This was our match, and he comes in here. He did the same thing at WrestleMania 30 or whatever the year was, coming in here ruining our thing. So I think that they can tell a story, like, if he wins, it was like, he doesn't deserve to be champion. He wasn't even supposed to be in this match. This was our match. And they could also do the thing where if Roman wins, Edge can be like, he didn't pin me. It should have been a 1-on-1 match. And if Edge beats Roman, he could do the same thing. So it's going to be interesting what happens. But yeah, that's the breakdown for SmackDown, or for night 2. Well, for SmackDown's WrestleMania card. All in all, the SmackDown was whatever it was. It wasn't that big of a deal. Just a lot of stories heading into tonight. I thought it was I think it's going to be a good WrestleMania. The build, as always, isn't the greatest build of all time, but they have the talent to make WrestleMania fantastic. And I think that's really what saves them. Is, yeah, the matches or the build to the show, which is why people don't really like watching now, or isn't really invested while tickets aren't sold out yet, as they say, because they don't have invested stories. They made stories like 4 weeks ago, right after Fastlane or whatever it was, or right after Fastlane. That's when they started really making feuds, and if they start building feuds like before when they're supposed to, people will be more invested. But nobody will ever hate the matches. They're still watching. The matches are still going to be fantastic. So that's what they always got going for them. But I hope starting after WrestleMania, they start doing feuds to get us invested, hopefully. But that's all I got time for. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys for night 1. I'm out.